All right, shalom, shalom. Coming to you in the name of Yahweh, Shem Yahshua, Bashem, Makakwadash, double honor to the apostles and the elders that great millstone and salutes to the Akim that continue to push the word in truth and in sincerity. The brother Yerome Shema, I'm just coming back at you with this quick impromptu live lesson. It's going to be a real quick one. And I've entitled it The Great UK. I was reading an article a couple of days ago talking about the possibilities. So, like, yeah, my memory's all over the place, man. I don't know if I gave double honors to the Apostle Salaki, man. Like I said, it's been a long day. Came off a long shift, but no harm in saying it again. Rock Deha Bashem Yashai Bashem Makakodash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders, man. And salutes unto you, Akim. Okay. But pretty much, and like I always say, if you see a pop up on the bottom right of the screen, about dating sites and all this kind of bullshit. The other day when I converted a video on YouTube, I accidentally pressed button for Google Chrome uh, pop-up ads. I need to sort that out. So yeah, I'm not into any of that shit. But if you do happen to see it in the screen or whatever, it's just nonsense advert. Anyways, yeah, man, bro, there, Bashem Makwakodash. As I was saying, I saw a video the other day. I saw an article the other day talking about the possibilities of the UK getting into another recession, and uh, that is a great possibility. The possibilities are endless. That's from a movie, but you know, me, I'm into economics. I'm into business. That's all I stay watching, Bloomberg and stuff like that. So, Lord's Will, I've done a lesson on it before, but Lord's Will, I'm going to get into it from the new perspective and angle of from from Brexit and what that means for the UK and how that ties into Bible prophecy. But for now, I just want to pull out two quick scriptures. This is like, if you will, a prelude or a quick overview of what I'm going to get into in depth in the longer lesson, which I'll do when the Spirit permits and when there's time to do so, because it's quite an in-depth topic. But for now, this is just a quick overview of the possibilities and what it's looking like for England post Brexit, and whatever happens, man, the UK is finished. All right. Anyways, let's head over to this article here. And if the stream acts up because the Wi-Fi was acting up, I might have to end it. Try again. But it says recession fears grow as UK economy shrinks on back of Brexit chaos. And it says 0.2 contraction between April and June in first fall in GDP, which is gross domestic product, the production of an individually their contribution to the economy and the aggregate GDP, the growth of a country is the most popular measure, gross domestic product, GDP, and it says in 6.5 years. Okay, and it says fears that the UK could be heading for its first recession in a decade have been stoked by grim official figures, showing whoever wrote this is a good writer. Grim official figures. Damn, showing that the economy contracted in the second quarter of 2019. Brexit uncertainty, car plant shutdowns, and the running down of stock built up before the original end of March decline for Britain's EU exit resulted in gross domestic product shrinking by 0.2% in the 3 month ending June. Okay, so that's not good, man, because if you're basically, if your GDP goes down, your economy gets smaller. Okay, things get harder. Consumer confidence decreases, and what that basically means is that there's that slows down the circular flow of income. You've got the two model circular flow of income, and you've got the four model circular flow of income. Okay, and what that basically means is that the money is the blood, if you will. If you take the country as a body, the money is the blood. If the blood's not flowing, the body dies. If the money is not flowing in the economy eventually is going to die. Okay. And that's what's happening, man. Okay. And how does the money flow? By GDP, by individual, as well as a aggregate calculation of input, production, okay, output, I should say. Okay, and it says, I'm just skim reading this. Like I said, this is just a prelude to the longer video that I'm gonna do. And it says, news from the Office of National Statistics of the first fall in quarterly GDP, gross domestic product, in 6.5 years sparked immediate speculation that a further bout of Brexit jitters leading up to the new 31st October departure date could lead to a second successive quarter of negative growth. So negative growth basically means a dying economy, a shrinking economy. Okay, the great UK, the technical definition of a recession. Okay, the Chancellor Sajid Javid said this is a challenging period across the global economy. All right, which it is. Okay, we'll see if it's a virus or nonsense. And it says to provide certainty to people and business on Brexit. That's why we are clear that the UK is leaving the EU on the 31st of October. Okay, so pretty much you get the gist that is going down, man. Now, if I read on, you've got the statistics and so on. I'm gonna, if I remember, I'm gonna put the link of these articles in the description box. Okay, but this is the basically overview telling you the statistics of around 80% of the economy, you know, going down on 0.4% over the 3 year period and all of that stuff. Now, let's make it a bit more personal for the Britons, the Brits from the UK, yeah. So like, it's been a long day. What is no Brexit deal? The consequence of UK leaving the EU without reaching an agreement. You're fucked, mate. That's what it means. All right. Um, where is it? And it says the prospect of a no-deal Brexit remains a real possibility after Boris Johnson was elected the new leader of the Conservative Party, which in itself is a joke. Okay, that's a very big joke. Okay, and it's funny, but it's not even a funny joke, if you get what I mean. Okay, it says during the Tory leadership race, Mr. Johnson said he would attempt to engage in discussion with the EU, but leaders in the bloc have insisted there is no room for further negotiations. Okay, he has pledged to pull Britain out of the EU, even if it means leaving with no deal terms. Okay, now what is a no deal Brexit? What does it actually mean? Okay, it means that I'm gonna skim through this. That basically the ability to travel will be made harder. Getting visas will be harder. Okay, products and production of foreign goods and services which are imported might be cut off, but the majority of them will be cut off, and the ones that are still able to be imported will be in a greater scarcity and harder to import. And the UK doesn't produce much. Okay, the UK is known for Rolls-Royce engines, for Boeing, creating the engines for the aircraft, and pretty much that's about it. The UK doesn't produce. Obviously, they produce other things, but if we're talking wild scale, self-sufficient, or the other nations dependent upon the UK for certain products, hell no. Okay, the UK, all they're good for is Rolls-Royce engines, right, for aircrafts. That's it, Boeing. Other than that, UK is nothing but cigarettes and homeless Edomites, man. And shit in the streets, literally. Trade. The UK would revert to the WTO, the World Trade Organization rules on trade, which Britain would no longer be bound by the EU rules. It would have to face the EU external tariffs, which is basically the extra tax to import, man. To do trade as well, but mainly to import. Okay, some British-made products may be rejected by the EU as new authorization, and you get the gist, man. It says effects on people, the law will change on traveling and stuff like that. Money, the borders, pretty much, man. Like I said, quick overview, but for the longer lesson I will do. But overall, it's looking down, man. The great UK. It's the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12 and 1. I want to keep this real short. It says, remember now that I created in the days of. Actually, let me, Salaki, I'm going to verse 4. And it says, and the doors shall be shut in the streets. Business is gonna be is closed shop, that's what it means. When the sound of the grinding is low, okay, no more production, no more work. And he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. Okay, all this flourishing business and uh, you know, honky dory things going well, productivity and efficiency and business growth and all this stuff is going down the drain, man. We are seeing the beginning of this scripture coming to pass, man. Okay, the UK is finito. All right, the great UK is done, man. Okay, the door shall be shut in the streets, opportunity shut in. Okay, organ world what's the word I'm looking for? It escapes me. But groups like the Trade Organization is gonna have a funny look. Yeah, you can be a part of us, but you're gonna have to, strictly abide by our rules because you done fucked up with the EU that you wanted to so leave. What would you? What's gonna happen if you want to leave the WTO? Or you're going to act up inside of the WTO. Just because the WTO, the Trade Organization, is saying yeah to the UK, okay, it doesn't mean that UK is going to have an easy ride because they done fucked up, man. The UK done made a fool of itself, man. The great UK, man. The doors are being shut in the streets. Businesses are shutting, okay. All the corporate banks, I'm into finance, all the corporate banks done left, man. Okay. Don't get gassed because you still see the city lights in Canary Wolf with Barclays and Citibank and HSBC and Deutsche Bank and all that stuff. These people move their serious funds outside of the UK, man. Okay. You know why? Because the doors in the street are being shut, man. Okay. And it says, and the voice, and they should read earlier, the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of me shall be brought low. So all this mirth and oh yeah, I got a job, and I can all of that, man. You know, part the week. Thank God it's Friday, the weekend, and all that shit. You can't enjoy your weekend because you ain't gonna have no more money, you ain't gonna have no more job, you ain't gonna have no business. Pretty much it's closed shop for the UK, man. You know, and the UK is the Britain, man, a very proud nation, man. Very, very proud nation. It's the book of Isaiah 2 and 12, and it says, for the day of the Lord of hosts shall be upon everyone that is proud and lofty. Okay, the UK has been a very proud nation, man. You know, yes, because of the history of the revolution. Right, that's another thing that I'm probably gonna get into when I do the longer lesson on it. You know, get Britain is so prim and proper because of the revolution, but those days are done, man. Your rise is over. You've hit your peak and now you're going down. Okay. And that's in the scriptures. The most High has appointed a time for everything, man. It's time to set up and a time to bring down. Okay. And the UK is lofty, but of late, man, and continually, in a vast, if that's a word, I'm gonna make it a word, you know, in a vast uh, parameter, the Lord is gonna humble the UK, man, you know, and upon everyone that is lifted up, he shall be brought low, man. All right, the UK is finished, man. How the hell 10 years later you gonna have another recession on the brink, as well as Brexit? Okay, all your mighty businesses are packed up, man, and shipped out, man. Okay, you walk down, you see people, man. I want to make this too long. People see what they see and think they're in La La Land, or they are in La La Land. But pretty much, man, it's gonna be made evident that the UK is finished, man. Okay, the UK is finished. Boy, oh boy, and Donald Trump and Boris, man, they even kind of look like, you know, they're brothers that got split up. One went to the US, one went to the UK, man. Hey, man, it's so beautiful the way it's happening. But like I said, this has just been a quick introduction to the longer lesson I'm gonna do on the UK, man. The UK is finished, man. Over, finito. Okay. Ecclesiastes 12 and 4, man, and the door shall be shut in the streets, man. Okay, it's happening to the UK as we speak, man. The UK is done, man. Finish. You know, we can also get into the book of Daniel where it speaks about the iron and miry clay not mixing together. We gonna get into it, man. But brothers, watch out for this lesson. You have it, Zah. I can get it out, but this is just a quick overview, man. You know, what does Brexit mean for Britons? What does Brexit mean for the country? We already got the answers in the scriptures, man. Okay. It ain't gonna last, it ain't gonna stand. You know, this place is over, man. And to that we say Barakateh Halba Hashem Yashai. That means we almost out of here. So with that, stay up Akim, stay in the scriptures, stay in the prophecies, first and foremost to myself, because the Lord is closer than, you know, we can believe, man. We can conceive. Lift up for your redemption draweth nigh. So with that, I'm gonna say Barakateh Hawa, Barakateh Shai. Barakateh Hawa, Barakateh Shai, Barakateh Hawa, Ba'ashem Yashai, Ba'ashem Makakadash, Barak, Hakadash Akad Yasha Allah, Barakatah, Hawashai Nawa, Wahamashiach, Yahawashai. That's to say, bless Yahweh Ba'ashem Yashai through the Spirit, the Holy One of Israel, and our Savior. Because we need delivering, we need saving out of this place. In Israel, I'm gonna say Shalom.